are back with another webinar, and this time we are going to see library part maker. So this library part maker is used for making custom objects as well as doors, windows, and lamps as well. And today we will be focusing on what is exactly the library part maker, how to use the library part maker, and how we can create objects through library part maker. Okay. So my name is Sandeep and I am Senior Technical Lead at Dimension Plus. And Dimension Plus is the distributors, official distributors of the software Archicad, as well as we have other softwares as well, like Twinmotion, which is a real-time rendering software. Then we have Solibri, which is a model checking software. And we have BIM Cloud, BIMX, as well as Eptar as well. Okay. We also, apart from distribution, we also provide training regarding all these softwares, as well as we provide BIM implementation in the offices who wants to switch from 2D CAD to BIM or any other BIM software to our BIM software. Okay. So let's begin with our webinar. And before proceeding in Archicad, make sure you have installed Library Part Maker. So if you haven't installed Library Part Maker, go to this site, that is graphisoft.com, and on add-ons there will be a LPM, that is Library Part Maker, and make sure your version is INT, because in India we are using the INT version. And here is the Library Part Maker. So those people who are on SSA or forward, they only will be able to use Library Part Maker. Okay, so make sure your SSA or forward is renewed. And once you check the status, if it is you are on SSA or forward, you will be able to use it. So before starting, you just download this library part maker from this site. So whichever system you have, you download it and install it. And after installing, you will be able to see the library part maker in this menu option. So in design extras, you will get this library part maker, or else there is alternate path. So just note down this path, that is design menu, design extras, and library part maker. Okay. So apart from this, you will get this library part maker from window menu in palettes. And over here, the last option is library part maker. So whichever option you select, this library part maker dialog box appears over here. Okay. So we'll just set up the window. And yes. Okay, so I will just quickly introduce the options in library part maker. So if you want to make a new library part, you will have to click on this, which is add new library part. If you want to rename the existing library part, you can rename it. Or if you want to delete, you can delete it from here. This is the design area. When you want to make a library part, you have to first define a design area. If you want to zoom that particular design area, you can click on this option. Then here it is options. So if I show you, so there are options over here. So the 3D model full. So basically here we are setting the detail level of any object. So if you want to set the detail level of 3D object as full, simplified, schematic, or else if you want to set a detail level of 2D, that is, if you want to make it full, medium, low, so you can set it from here. So these are the tolerance as well. So tolerance are mostly used when you are making windows or doors. Same with the opening lines. So for windows and doors, these opening lines will be useful, as well as the last two options. Okay, so currently in this webinar, we are not focusing on doors and windows. We will be making objects only. The objective of this webinar is just to have an overview of library part maker. And once it is done, we will be conducting more sessions on library part maker. Okay, so this is session just to introduce a library part maker. Okay, so these are the options that you have to allot. Then if you have selected any of this and you click on, you have to select that object and just click on this so that the level of detail will be set to that particular object. Then here is the option for highlighting or selecting the active component. Then properties. So in Archicad, each and every element have properties. So even objects will have property. So you have to set property accordingly. So you want to set property from property scheme, or if you have any other property list, you can set it from spreadsheet. Like if you have properties in Excel, you can select the second option for this. If you select the first option, it will be Archicad properties. And if you want to uh, imply some another properties, you can select the second option. But while selecting this second option, make sure the file is Excel file. So you will have to import that Excel file and that properties will be allotted to that object. Then detail level. So here in details, you can type the library part name. So library part name will automatically be done because you are defining it over here, and the library part same will be mentioned over here. You can describe your own name in this author. So if you have made the object, then you can type in the author name, your name as an author name. So this will be your entity, as well as if you have a preview picture of that specific object and want to make it over here. So after the object is done, you can set up preview over here. Also, there are more options like you can set up the password as well as you can make it licensed one. Okay, and you can set the descriptions as well as the keywords over here. So once all these things are done, then for saving as a library part, you will have to select the options over here. So there are 5 options. So you are making a door, then you select door, window for window, skylight for skylight, any object like furnitures or any object that you are making, then you can set it in this object option. Then the last option is lamp. So if you are making a lamp or any lighting object, you can set the last option. Also, there is an option to have a MEP library. So if any MEP library part is not available, you can make it through library part maker and allot it to MEP library part. Okay. So once you uh, make an object, select the library part, all things are done, then you just click on check. So all the detail or errors or any corrections are needed, they will be defined over here. Okay. So I'm just uh, creating a design area first. So the first step is to make a design area. So whatever element you are making, you have to define a design area in which you will be making 3D components as well as 2D components. And that 2D and 3D components also you will have to assign the detail level. Okay, so I'm first defining a design area. Firstly, I will make a chair. So I'm just typing a name, chair 123. Okay, and defining a design area. So I will need a design area maybe 8,000 by 6,000. Okay. So I can rename also. So I don't want chair 123. I will just uh, name chair with cushion. Okay. So I just rename my library part. And now we'll be making a library part. So for making it, we will have to use different elements, design elements that are mentioned over here. So first I will make a chair. So first I will make a detailed one because I consider we will be, after making a detailed one, we can make the medium level as well as low level chair as well. So you can delete the details and it will be a simple, we can lower the detail level. So I will, hmm. So I'm taking a slab, and for making a seat, I will create it. So my chair setting, sorry, will be 450 by 450. So now I'm making a 3D detailed chair. Let me shut off this true line weight. Okay, so this is my state of the chair, and it should be somewhere 80. The thickness should be 80. Okay, so the length over here is 50. And in this, there will be a cushion that I will be making surface of this. I want to have a surface of fabric. Uh, or else, this is not a good looking one. Yes. And to give a little proper look for this, I want to, I will just chamfer it. So I will be chamfering it with not a custom resolution, apply to all edges. Radius should be, because I have given the thickness of 60. So maybe 25 will be proper. Okay, so this is a good one. Okay, so I guess this is a little bigger one. I will just offset it to, or anyways, 50 is okay for setting. Okay, so this is done. Now I will put legs in this. So for putting legs of this chair, I will use the column tool. And in column tool, I will use square. And I want a tapering one. So I will use tapering options. My top thickness is 50. And the bottom thickness should be around 25. Or let's make it 30. And the material is plywood. Okay, and one more thing, I will have to switch off the crosshair because I don't need crosshair for now. Okay, so this is placed. Wait a second. I have not set is its height. So it is not linked and it is up till 400. So you will have to set a height over here. I'm setting it not linked and the height is 400. Yeah, so now it is seen properly. Maybe it's cover fill is on. So I just untick the cover fill as well so that a red color will go away. And one more thing, like, uh, so I'll place these legs all over. Let's check once this in 3D if it is properly being made or not. Okay, so I guess it is good up till here. I will keep these legs as well beside. So it will be useful while we make the lower detail chair. And one more thing I want the backrest for this chair. So backrest should be around, this should be 450 and the height should be 550. Okay. And the same thickness I want. So the thickness for this is 80. So this thickness is 50. So I will make it 50. Okay. So this is done. I will make a copy of this as well. So these are the components while making the chairs. So I'm just making a copy of it so I can further use it for uh, lower detail chair. And this I will be modifying a little bit, like I just want to give a curve on upside. And here I will be having this a slit in the backrest. So 27 is okay for me. And if you want to give a little curve here as well, you can give it. And I will duplicate this, like I will create a multiply this. Okay, so this is the backrest of my chair. And as this slab does not rotate, we will be converting it into morph. So I'm just converting this into morph. Okay, so now let's see this in 3D. Okay, because this is in marquee, hence I won't be able to see it. So I'm just selecting a larger marquee for this. And now I will just move it over, or I will just rotate it because morph has that ability to rotate. And so for rotating in 3D, there is one trick. So you select the object, Control E, and just click one end, and without leaving the mouse button, you click up over here. I will just show it again. So what I did is I selected the element, Control E, press and hold the mouse button and drag to the opposite side, adjacent side, up till the end. Leave it, and then just select the other end which you want to rotate, and this is done. Okay, so I will just move it and use it over here. Okay, so my chair is done. So this is the detailed level of chair. Now I will be making uh, a low detail, like simplified one, and then we will be making a schematic one. Okay, so this detail level chair in 3D is done. For making the lower version of it, I will place the chair, and quickly with the components just I can arrange the components and create the exact chair. Hmm. So this again, I will have to rotate it. Okay, so for simplified level of detail, I want this legs to be normal legs. So I will just switch off the tapering option and I will make it uniform size. Okay, so it is of uniform size now. Okay, so it has picked up the. Anyways, we will. Yeah, it has picked up the 30 size. We will make it 50 again. So 5050. Okay, and in this, I will just do the same thing. So click one end. So Control E, press and hold the mouse. Select the other node and just so I guess there is something. Control E, press and hold the mouse button and leave it at the node and then select the other node or else, oh sorry, it's not a morph, it's a slab currently. So I will have to turn it into morph because until then I won't be able to rotate it. So I'm just turning it into morph and now I will do the same process. So Control E, I'm extending it over here and then I will rotate it. Okay, so I have rotated it and now I will just move it and place it over here. So my simplified look will be somewhat like this. Okay, so we'll move towards the next, that is the schematic detail. Okay. Okay, so again, it will be, okay. Wait. So I'll duplicate this once again, the whole chair. Uh, yeah, because I haven't left any another components. So just I will drag this, a copy of this. Hmm. Maybe, yeah, it is too far from this. I will bring it closer. Hmm. Now let's check this one in 3D. Okay, so this is the chair, and in simplified one, I don't want this cushion, just want to check this chair only. So I will delete this. I will uh, just place the node. Basically, I will just erase the subtracted polygon, and this will be the chair that I want to see when it is set to simplify or schematic detail. Okay. So these are the chairs that we will be able to see once. Okay, so you can see. So at detail level, my chair will be seen like this, in which we have this cushion, and that cushion is also chamfered, as well as on the sittings there is this holes. Then the legs of the chair is tapered one, whereas in simplified one, we will be able to see the cushion but we won't see the whole set as backrest. And the cushion will not have the chamfered one, will not be a chamfered one, and the legs will be also straight. And in the last option, where in schematic stage, we will be seeing this as with no cushion or just a plain chair. Okay. Now this we have made, and for this we will be needing the 2D symbols for these chairs. So at detail level, how the chair on floor plan should be seen. So for that, you will have to use these guidelines. So you will be able to make it, or any reference line for this in case. So guidelines are the reference line through which we can maintain the sizes. So here as well, I know the sizes of this, so still I will just check if it's 450 and 450. Okay. So I will use the line tools for now for making the 2D representation of these chairs. So I will use line tool, and in this I want this as 450 by 450. Same, I will copy it. I want this backrest portion also to be seen, so which is at, or else I will just drag a copy of this at 50. Mm, and here as well, I will need to have, so you can just drag this by using command or control shift D. So it will be a shortcut for you to drag this. Okay, so I want to see the chair somewhat like this in detail. So I just want to add wait. I will add the cushion as well. So it will be a more detailed one. So make a cushion 350 by 350, and I will just chamfer it. Hmm. and this I want to see in the detail level. Hmm. Okay, so this is the detail level that I have made for this detailed chair. Now I will just transfer these lines to the simplified one. And in schematic one, I will just need this. Okay, so the detail levels of this chair is already set. Now I will be uh, do the markings over here. So these are the hotspots, the hotspot tool I will be using just to, so in objects, if you see, there are these nodes or the guide points through which you can select and place the element. So for this purpose, we are using hotspots. So whenever you create this object, you will be able to place it through that hotspots. Okay, so I will add the hotspots over here, add the corners as well as at the midpoint. So same with this. So we have to do this for 2D as well as 3D objects. Just a second. So adding hotspots in 2D as well. I guess this is. So here you can see whenever I'm placing the hotspots, you see if I go towards the line, it is showing a Mercedes symbol over here. That means I am on the edge. And whenever I'm at the node or the junction, it the cursor turns into correct symbol. So basically from that, I am able to place it quickly. So I get to understand that I am at the edge or the midpoint or the junction. Okay, so this are made, and the final step that we have to do is mention what we can say origin point of that object. So we'll have to place the level dimensions over here. So for each of them, I'm placing a level dimension at the corner. Okay, so I have placed the levels now. So my chair in 3D as well as in 2D are ready. Now I will be allotting it the detail level. So I will first allot the higher detail one. So here I select the 3D model full by selecting the 3D model that we have created. Here we are selecting the detail level as full. And once it is selected, you click on this. So this element is allotted to 3D model full detail level. Okay. Then again, this will be 3D model simplified. And I click on this. I will select this 3D model schematic and I will apply it. Okay, so whenever you select, you see it is automatically showing the detail level of that chair. And now the bottom, that are the 2D symbols. So I select this. This will be 2D symbol full, 2D symbol medium, and this one will be 2D symbol low. Okay, so all these elements are now done by classifying it into the level of detail. And now I will select the properties. So I want to select the property screen of Archicad only. So according whatever elements or the objects that are listed by Archicad, the same way my object should be listed. So I selected this Archicad listing parameters. You have another option as well, NBS BIM Object Standard 2.0. But for now, we are just seeing this Archicad listing parameters. Now in details, if you want to put the author, or so I can just name myself over here, Sandeep Parab. And if you want a preview object, so let's make a preview object as well. So I don't have any reference for this object. I will just select this chair only. And I will have a screenshot of this. Sorry. Okay, so this is the latest screenshot. I will just add that one in this. Okay. And this preview will be seen whenever I open the object from the library or the object tool. So I'm just closing this, and now in check and save, so it is the object one, and so I'll click on check. So if you want to have a check, you have to go into 2D and then you click on check. So you have to select all and click on this check. So if this comes, no issues are found, then your object is free from any issues or problems, and you can save it into the objects. Okay, so if you, so these are the parameters that are being seen. And now I will click on save as. If there is some issues in your object that you have made, and it will be shown over here. And until that, this save as option won't be coming unless you rectify it. So now I can click on save as, and chair with cushion. Okay, the chair name should be a different one. You can name it different over here. Okay, chair 12, no issues. So I click on save, and my chair is saved. Okay. So I go to the design object, and it will be saved in the embedded one. So you can see this is the preview that we have set for this. It will show us the 3D one as well as the elevation as well as the preview picture of that object. Okay. And here are the options to set the detail level, as well as if you want to rotate in x-axis, y-axis, building materials of that particular element, and pen lines and all those things. Okay, so I click OK, and when I place it, so it will be seen like this. Okay, so if I have to show it in 3D, I'll click on this, show marquee, and this is our chair that we have made through library part maker. Okay, and now you can set the detail level also. So if I click this, and here the detail level is by model view option. So from model view option also you can change the detail level, or else you can change it from here. So it is currently full. I can make it simplified, and when I click OK, the simplified version of the chair will be there. It is the same chair, but into a simple level of detail and schematic as well. Okay, so this is the schematic part. In floor plan, if you want to see, so floor plan, the detail level at 3D is different and 2D is different. Okay, so here is the 2D detail level. So 2D detail level, I can set it medium, as well as if you want to have a low detail level, you can set a detail level at low. Okay, so this is the library part maker where you can set all the detail levels of the library part and you can use it in your project. Meanwhile, there is a little shortcome in this library part maker that you won't be able to change its dimension once you have made that object. So you can see when I select the object, you won't be able to uh, make changes in the size of the object. So that is one of the drawback of library part maker. But if the elements that are of standard size and you want it in your model, you can use library part maker for creating those objects and use it over here. Also, if you have a large scale project where these objects are needed, and in large scale, you see there is a lot of polygons getting created when you all use these objects. So at that time, you can use these objects and set the level of detail as low so that you can work in the model, as well as the objects that are to be used in the model are also there. You don't have to delete them at any point. Okay, so for having a standard, if you have a standard sizes of any object, or you are doing large scale projects where the sizes of the objects are constant, you can use library part maker to make the library objects and use it in model. Okay, so this was the library part maker. Hope you liked it.